who's here, everybody. Put your hands together for Mr. Brent Spiner.
Whoa. Oh my God.
What do you want to say, sir?
The turnout is just unreal. Can you folks in the back see me?
Yeah. We might need to put more seats in here, maybe.
Oh, here. Here you go.
Where do you want to sit, Brent?
I guess I'll just sit. Whatever.
Okay, I'll sit with you.
Hey, how you doing? Can you see me over there?
Yes, sir.
Anyone having trouble seeing me?
No.
Young lady. Wow, I've never done a panel with this few people.
In the intimate setting, how's that?
You want to always do a panel 7 o'clock Friday night. What were they thinking? Okay, and no filming, right? And no filming from you either.
Oh, he didn't hear that.
Why would he be filming me?
I don't know.
For what?
For what? Yeah.
You don't need to film. Sit down, relax.
We're gonna have a good time, everybody.
Yeah. So since there's so few of you, I would like each and every one of you to take a turn sitting in my lap. You like that idea, huh?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, maybe you want to think twice. Yeah.
You'll go last, in case I don't survive it. All right. Yeah, exactly. All right, so you want to sit down?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Have a seat.
Go ahead. No,
Thank you so much.
You sit down. All right.
So I hear you're from Texas.
Yes, I am from Texas.
Yeah. So.
Yes, I'm from Houston, Texas. Do you guys know where that is?
Yeah.
Well, clearly you know where it is. Hey, I just want to say one thing, by the way. Go Spurs, go. And if I didn't have you on my side before, now I've got you.
Yeah, I give you a little crash course. There's a big buzz right now in the city because the team won the lottery, so they got this.
Oh, the Frenchman.
The Frenchman. Look at that. Yes, Wembayama.
Right.
He's here.
What's his name? Do you know?
For sure, we say Wemby.
Wemby.
Wemby, but full name is Victor Wembanyama.
Oui.
Exactly.
As they say in French.
But
Victor Wembanyama.
There we go. Yeah.
I love to play with
Popovich. With Popovich.
Yeah. Have you ever played with the Spurs before? It hurts. So, okay. I'm just looking at myself here on this screen right here and thinking, yeah, I look good. In the world. All right. So
Trinity, huh? You spent some time in San Antonio, in Trinity University.
I did. I went to Trinity here in San Antonio.
That's awesome.
No. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Thank you. Keep it down, would you? Yeah, I went for one semester here to Trinity. Anybody here in the audience? Anybody in the back? I can't believe she's doing this. I mean, is there anyone in the room, you think, who...
Now she doesn't know what to do. Does she interpret or not?
I mean, are you really interpreting for anyone? Is anyone here who needs
it might
this?
Be streaming. Yeah, it might be streaming.
I don't know. Streaming?
I don't know.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
This better not be streaming. Otherwise, they owe me a lot of money.
Yeah.
So does anyone... Wait, I just want to ask. Does anyone here...
No, you're having fun now. I know what you're doing.
Does anyone here remember a restaurant called Earl Abel's?
Yes.
Is that still here?
Yes.
Earl Abel's is still here?
Yes, I think it is, yes.
When I went to Trinity, I had many an Earl burger. They moved. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So a little piece of heart, little piece of you is here in San Antonio. Just a little piece.
I left a little piece of me here in San Antonio.
Yes. That's
not what I said, by the way. You're making that up, Rolf. I can see it. Okay.
You're having a lot of fun with the interpreter, aren't you?
Well, I really. Go ahead.
So I'm just curious, because I'm in the university college world. Why did you go to Trinity in the first place, and then why were you there for such a short period of time, and then where did you transfer after that?
3 questions
Yeah,
I
he
asked
hit you up
myself, by the way. No, I tell you what, I went to Trinity.
I see it.
I mean, really, it's just so peculiar to me. Does anyone really need, I went to Trinity, and I went because there was the theater department. Wait, you are filming? I said, no filming. Oh, I thought you meant, when you say filming, I thought you meant with a film camera.
Yeah.
No, any kind of camera. No, filming, because you'll put it on the internet, and I don't want this to be on the internet. Okay? Okay. You know, usually I can't just point to the one person in the audience I see doing it. Since you're only one of 10 people here. Okay. No, I went to Trinity because there was a teacher who ran the department, the drama department at Trinity, named Paul Baker. And I don't know if it's still connected to the Dallas Theater Center. The theater department was, the graduate program for Trinity was the Dallas Theater Center. And so I wanted to be in the theater, obviously, and a friend of mine was already here at Trinity, and one of my best friends, and so we roomed together. It was his sophomore year, my freshman year, and I left because, why is this camera doing that?
It looks like it's pointing at me, but it's at you. I don't know how that works.
But what
See how
for?
it's like aimed at me?
But what's going to happen with this stuff? I mean,
I don't know.
all right, anyway. Yeah, I left because I just didn't really respond to the whole kind of technique that they had, that they were using at that time. I had a really nice time. I met some really great people. A friend of mine, one of my best friends at school at that point was a guy named Richard Rosen, who lives here in San Antonio, and he started a children's theater here in San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the Magic? Is that?
Yes, the Magic Theater, yes.
And Richard, it was his theater. He started it, and it's still happening. I mean, it was, we were walking around and we saw it last night, and I went, wow, there's Richard's theater, the Magic Theater. He started it, 30 years ago. I mean, it's been here forever. Mm-hmm. And what an accomplishment, But anyway, so both my friend and I, my friend who was a guy named Trey Wilson, he's no longer with us, but you know him maybe if you've ever seen, he was in Bull Durham, the movie Bull Durham. He played the manager of the team in Bull Durham, and he was also in Raising Arizona. He played Mr. Arizona in Raising Arizona, and just a tremendous actor and a wonderful talent. And he and I decided both to go back to Houston, where we were from, because our teacher in high school went to college at the same time I did, and he went to the University of Houston, became a professor there, and we thought, well, let's go there, and and we'll continue to have fun doing plays, and that's what we did.
That's great, that's great. You have a book coming out.
No. It's already out.
It's out.
It's been out for like a year.
Fan fiction.
Fan fiction.
Tell us about it.
How many of you have read fan fiction? Well, several of you.
Look at that.
How'd you like it?
I loved it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. Lily, right?
Yeah.
I never forget a name. What's your father's name?
Chris.
Yeah, Chris. No, he didn't tell me that. Oh, yes, he did. Or did he?
It's all right.
Yeah, I met another Chris today who said, well, Lily is short for Lillian. That was your grandmother's name. Your mother's name. Your grandmother's name.
Great-grandmother.
Great-grandmother. Excuse me. Great. All right. But then I met somebody else that changed her name. Oh, I know. Her name was Lise. Is Lise here?
Hi.
There you are. Right?
That's me.
Is that you?
That's me.
Yeah, Lise. And your father's name is, your name's Chris.
Good. Wow.
You see, I don't forget anything. What's your name?
Yeah, we haven't even met. I'm Jeff, by the way.
Jeff, how are you doing?
How you doing, Brent?
Yeah, I'll never forget you. Was there a question? You gave me, my book,
your book,
fan
fan fiction, yes.
Yeah, fan fiction. If you haven't read it, well, do what you can. You might enjoy it. My friend Patrick Stewart, I don't know if you know of him, but he he was on the TV show I was on. He just came out with a book. I think it just came out yesterday or today.
Yes, he did. Yes.
Yesterday, yeah. Have you read it already? Devoured it. And when I was a small boy, it's his memoir, It's a memoir of a remembrance of my life. I remember the day I was born. I was very young, I know that. And yes, that's all I know. All right, anyway, so do you have something else, Jeff?
Yeah, well, the fan fiction,
fan fiction.
What's it, what can you tease us about it?
Well, I can just tell you, I call it a memoir because it's fiction actually. It's a thriller of sorts. It's a comedy and a thriller and a little bit of a memoir because there are some true things in it and a lot of not true things in it. And it takes place in, I think, the 3rd season of Next Generation. And, I don't want to give it all away because I know you're all going to run out right now. Well, it's also on Amazon and it's on Audible because I recorded it. I read it, and all of my friends who are mentioned in the book, who were my castmates on Next Generation, read their own voices on it.
Oh, nice.
And, like Patrick read his, he was very much like, and then, when I was 14, and he read his book too, by the way. And but he's
while reading yours, probably, right?
What's that?
While reading yours. Yeah, he's reading yours.
No, he's the only one who read on his book. He read the whole thing, and his book is long, and mine was not that long. Bear that in mind. Anyway, so what else?
Well, so
we've only got 3 minutes left. No, it's more than that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So I hear you pretty good at a game called 3 Degrees.
Well, I do have a game.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd like to play with you guys. I mean, eventually, I think because of the number of people here today, I'm going to give everybody one question. And then that should do it. But I have this game I like to play. You know the thing, 6 Degrees of Separation from Kevin Bacon?
Yes.
6 Degrees from Kevin Bacon, it's called. Well, I believe I can do anyone in 4. Anyone in show business, I can do in 4 or less.
Can I give you a name?
Yeah, give me a name.
Judy Garland.
Judy Garland. That's 1, because I met Judy Garland.
Uh-huh. Easy.
Yeah, that's easy. That's way better than Kevin. Yeah, I met, this is a terrible thing, and there are no children in the audience, are there?
Doesn't look like it.
Okay, then I could say something sort of adult, but it's not really my way. But I've often said that I'm actually -1 from Kira Sedgwick, because I was in Phenomenon with Kira Sedgwick, and Kevin Bacon was in Kira Sedgwick. So I'm -1 from Kevin Bacon. Anyway, anyone else have?
You want to give it a try?
Give it a try. Yes.
Here we go. She got me.
Charlie Chaplin.
Chaplin. Let me think. Chaplin. Well, I think I could do it with 3. I think this counts. Charlie Chaplin. Give me a second. Charlie Chaplin's wife, Una Chaplin, who was Eugene O'Neill's daughter, That's not part of it. But Una was best friends with Walter Matthau's wife, and I did Out to Sea, a movie with Walter Matthau. And Walter spent many vacationing in Switzerland with the Chaplins. I asked him one time, what was Charlie Chaplin like? And he said, Charlie was a bore. I said, really? And he says, yeah. He says, all he talked about was himself. And I went, okay, well, that's what I'm doing right now, actually. Anyone else? See, how about that? Charlie Chaplin in 2, 3, something like that?
Vivian Leigh.
Who? Vivian Leigh. Vivian. Well, this is easy. Vivian Leigh, it's sometime in the, probably early 60s, maybe mid 60s, did a tour of Australia, doing, I don't know what the play was, but there was maybe a repertoire of maybe 2 or 3 plays. And she toured Australia, and one of the company members on that tour was myself, Patrick Stewart. He toured with Vivian, and he actually went to a screening of Gone with the Wind with her. It was an anniversary screening, and she asked him if he would go with her. And he said she was lovely, but he said she couldn't sleep. And they used to stay up playing games with her all night, like backgammon and stuff, all night long, because she couldn't sleep.
How did you become this game? I mean, you must have just realized there's so many pieces connecting to you.
Well, I'm just thinking, I knew there was 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon, and I thought, God, there gotta be, I should be able to get close to that, but I've done, I'm sure I could be stumped.
Let me try. Sylvester Stallone.
Stallone? Well, Michael Westmore, well, let me just say this. Michael Westmore did Stallone's makeup for Rocky, and he did my makeup on Next Generation. Yeah. That's 2. Okay.
Oh, he's got one?
Yeah.
Charlton Heston.
Charlton Heston. Let me think a minute. Should be easy, really. Does it count that I saw him on a plane once? Gosh, Charlton Heston. I know I can do Charlton Heston. That's a piece of cake. I mean, there's just so many people in that oeuvre that I can attach it to, I'm sure. Let me think. Charlton Heston to, I've seen so few Charlton Heston movies, but I have seen 10 Commandments. Let me think. It's got to be someone in 10 Commandments who I've worked with, someone who worked with them. Charlton Heston. Oh, what am I thinking? Charlton Heston, is it Omega Man with, what's her name? Who played Dr. Pulaski? Dinah Muldaur. I think Dinah Muldaur starred with Charlton Heston in Omega Man, if I'm not mistaken. May have been a different movie, but I know that Diana starred in something with Charlton Heston, and she, of course, played Dr. Pulaski.
Look at that.
So that's Heston.
Easy.
In 2.
Easy. That was a layup.
And you can check it out if you like, if you're looking on your internet. I don't know if you get internet in here, but...
Here's an easier one. Roddy McDowall.
Roddy McDowall.
Because he was in Planet of the Apes with Heston and Generations.
Well, that was Malcolm McDowell.
Or Malcolm McDowall.
But they had the same name, so
That counts.
That counts.
That counts.
I guess I could do John Huston then, and that would be close to Heston. And anyway, all right, enough of this. Let's.
We'll get to those in a bit. We'll get to questions in a bit. They're already eager for the questions. But
okay.
You go to these cons. You do the circuit. You have this fan interaction. Every single con, you must be a different experience with fans, and that leaves you with that impression when you're done with it, saying wow, off to the next one. How does that make you feel? Yeah.
I mean, seeing this overwhelming number of people makes me feel fantastic. I think, you know what? I'm bigger than I thought I was. Because I would have expected Friday night at 7 o'clock, there'd be 3 people in the room, you know?
Well, it's Friday night Texas football. High school football.
Texas high school football.
Yeah, it's, you're a Houston guy.
Are they playing here in this room? Yeah, Texas high school football. Is that a big deal?
Oh, it's a very big deal, yeah. Huge deal.
I hear Trinity's doing, oh, that's not high school.
No, that's, Trinity's been playing really well.
Trinity, you follow Trinity football?
Yep.
You know what, I went to Trinity, there were maybe, I told you this earlier, that I went to Trinity and it was maybe the 2nd or 3rd year that Trinity existed. It was brand new, it was beautiful. And the football team, it was so new, there were only 3 guys on the football team. So they didn't do particularly well that year.
You're short a little bit, that's all.
Yeah,
you should have stood up there.
I could have been on the football team that year.
But you like I said, these cons, from the big ones, from New York to San Diego and everything, different experiences. Huh? What's been one of the most memorable moments you've had at a con?
Well, this really is, by the way. This is like, I'll never forget this.
Especially if they sit in your laps.
Exactly.
Yeah, if that happens, then it's going to be super memorable.
I mean, one thing I was going to ask, and just shout out, what's your favorite Mexican restaurant here in
You're opening up a can right now.
Do you have
going to start war right now?
I know, but well, let me just ask you this: like, how's anybody here like Panchitos?
Yes.
You like Panchitos?
Hildebrand?
On Hildebrand, is that where it is?
Yes.
On Hildebrand, that's near Trinity, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like 3 degrees, right, or 4 degrees right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Panchitos, the Hildebrand, and Trinity.
To me, exactly. And it's good, huh?
It's all right. I mean, there are better places. There are better places.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for it's all right. I can get that at the hotel. What's that?
I said, I was just,
What about, what was the other one? Paloma Blanco.
Yeah.
Paloma Blanco, do you know that?
You gotta try the new Rosarios that opened up.
The new what?
Oh, the Rosario. You went to Rosario's last night?
We were at Rosario's last night.
How was it?
Great. It was really good. Yeah. But it's like a huge place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just opened, I think, a year ago.
Is that right? It was really good. And what's the name of the other place? The one that's near at the Pearl Brewery?
Oh, La Gloria?
Yeah, how's that?
I've actually not been to that one.
Anybody been to La Gloria?
Yeah, I have.
It's a special, I think it's actually like traditional, like Mexican, because a lot of the food we have here is Tex-Mex.
Right.
So,
But when you get like cheese enchiladas, what's the difference?
The love that's put into it.
I mean, if it's Mexican or Tex-Mex.
sauce, I've had some sauce.
The sauce.
Yeah.
And the cheese.
And the cheese. And the tacos. Well, it's all different then. It's like 2 completely different things.
I think I tried it at the airport once.
No, bad idea.
Oh, La Gloria?
At the airport at San Antonio Airport once, I think.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was good.
Was it?
Yeah.
Should I go to the airport to have dinner?
No, don't do that, Brent. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Don't do that.
Okay.
You would, well,
Go ahead,
aside
Jeff.
from Mexican food,
Yeah.
what other type of food you like?
What
What other type of food?
I like Indian food. Love Indian food.
Are you good in the
In the
kitchen?
oven. Where's that?
The Wurzbach here in Blanco.
It's what?
Wurzbach and Blanco area.
We'll get you the address.
That's downtown though, right?
No. It's at.
What Indian oven is that? Is that good? But you're the only one who said yes. Oh, is it? Yeah. I don't know. I love it. We love Indian.
Are you a good cook?
Oh, no. I don't cook anything. Let me think. I microwave. I'm pretty good. I'm very good at it. All right, Jeff.
Yes, sir.
You want to keep going?
Yes, I do want to keep
All
going.
right,
Yeah.
you got a list here.
Because I want to get to the Dodgers and Astros. I heard that you have a thing about that, huh? Dodgers and Astros. I'm assuming you're an Astros fan, right?
Ish. I mean, I like them.
You're a Houston guy, I would assume.
But I live in LA.
So how do you
sort of
do
a
it?
Dodgers
How do
guy,
you do
too.
it then?
Huh?
So you shifted allegiances?
I don't have. You know what? I haven't watched any baseball in like. I mean, I'm a big baseball fan, but I haven't watched any. Really followed anything in maybe like 35 years.
A lot has changed.
Like, are the Yankees still winning?
Yes.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
But well, Houston Astros, they're doing very well.
Yeah.
Did you hear about the trash can gate? What they were doing?
Mm-mm.
So get this, your Astros, were in the playoffs, and they were signaling.
Oh yes, no, I knew about that.
They're banging the
you know what?
cans.
I was in Houston during the World Series,
Mm-hmm.
and it was the day before the last game, and I went into a sporting goods store, and they had a huge stack of Astros World Champions, and I said, "Can I have one?" And can I buy one of these? And they said, "No, we're not selling them. They're not for sale until end of tomorrow's game." And then this whole thing happened, and they didn't sell them at all. Yeah. I would love to have had like a zillion of those.
Imagine somebody just slapped on Astros logo on a trash can and put a bunch of them out there for sale. That would have been a killing.
Please.
But you know, so you're a baseball guy. You've been away from the sport for a while.
I haven't played in years, but go ahead.
What position did you play?
I was first baseman, man. You know,
look at you.
We're both lefties,
Look at
right?
you. First base. How good were you? Yeah, we're both lefties.
Yeah. I was very good. I actually thought at one time about, am I going to play baseball or am I going to be an actor?
Really?
Yeah. And I thought, well, I think acting would last longer, and it has. I think.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd be playing baseball now, probably.
Minor league?
Yeah, maybe.
Double A,
worse.
triple A?
Yeah. Is there a baseball team here in San Antonio?
Yeah, there's a triple A, I believe. Yeah.
What is it?
The Missions.
The Missions.
Yeah.
I don't care for that name. The Missions.
Well, we'll teach you some Spanish right now, Brent.
What's that?
So they have an alternate name.
Oh, yeah.
They call it the San Antonio Missions. That's what they were
Yeah,
called. Yeah. But their alternate name is called the Flying Chanclas.
The Flying what?
Exactly. Chanclas. Chanclas.
Chanclas.
So you know what that's for?
No.
Sandals. Flip-flops. That's how you say. So we just taught you Spanish right now. How to say flip-flops in Spanish is saying chanclas.
Flip. What? How
We get back to you here at
they named them.
We give you the Rosetta Stone crash course in Spanish.
They named the team after shoes.
Yes, they did. They named it after sandals.
You know what? I went to a minor league game. I did a convention in El Paso, and I went to a minor league game there, which was great. And I bought a hat which I wear almost every day because it was the El Paso Chihuahuas. That's a name. Not named after shoes, you know.
Brent, I'm not kidding you. The logo on their, I'll pull it up, is literally a sandal, like a flip-flop. Hey, welcome to San Antonio, Brent.
Well, yeah, well.
Yeah, but no, a lot of the minor, I used to live in Michigan, Lansing, Michigan for a few years.
No?
They had a minor league team. They were called the Lugnuts.
Oh,
See?
I like that. The Lugnuts, that's nice. You know the Lugnuts, right? Are they from Detroit?
No, Lansing, Michigan.
From Lansing?
They're a minor league team, yeah.
What do you do, Jeff?
Well, I am a sports guy.
Yeah?
I cover the San Antonio Spurs here
Oh,
locally.
You do?
Yeah.
Like in the news? Or like on TV?
No, web-based. So
Web-based.
So like web shows, written reports,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So I follow them around the circuit there.
Wow.
And then I also I host these events.
Do you? Wow. I wonder if I can get your job.
Well, you want to go to the Chanclas game?
Yeah.
San Antonio, obviously it's changed so much since you were here for that one semester, but it still has that small family vibe.
I love San Antonio. I think it is a really cool town. We were just walking around this morning going, what a cool town
Where'd you
this
go?
is. Well, we went to there's this, we didn't actually go in, but we walked past this mission that's down there.
Oh, yeah, something.
This old
this
mission.
old mission, yeah. It's called the Alamo, I think, right?
Exactly. I can do
Uh-oh.
4 separations from the Alamo.
Let's hear it.
I saw Fess Parker on a plane once and talked to it. You know who Fess Parker is? Yeah. That was one of the most exciting moments of my life, because when I grew up as a kid in Houston, Texas, Davy Crockett was it. And it just come out. Fess Parker's Davy Crockett, and Buddy Ebsen was his sidekick. And they actually came to Houston, Buddy and Fess, and they did, we had a theater downtown called the Metropolitan Theater back in the day, and they did a stage show between each screening of Davy Crockett movie. And it was great. But years later, I was traveling around, and I was on an airplane, and my wife was sitting on the other aisle. For some reason, we couldn't sit together, and she was sitting next to some guy, and I didn't notice, and he got up at one point, went to the bathroom, and I didn't see that because I'd been asleep, and she came over and she woke me up and she said, "Hey, there's a guy sitting next to me. He's got to be somebody. Do you know?" And see, he just went to the bathroom. See when he comes out, and out walked Fess Parker, and I was like, "Oh my God, Fess Parker!" And I bothered him after that.
Can I have your autograph?
Well, I didn't get his autograph, but I did tell him, you know, that he'd made my childhood, and well.
What and how's that for you? Like now that you're on that side of it, you know, when people recognize you, they say, "Hey,
has anybody recently recognized you on a plane and said anything to you?
Oh well, I was on a plane. I don't like to brag, but
go ahead.
And I don't know if this will mean anything to you guys, but I was on a plane going to Cincinnati a couple weeks ago, and I was getting off the plane when we landed. This guy, we landed in Detroit, and this guy stopped me and he said, "Hey," he had a baseball cap on, turned around, and he says, "I just want to tell you I'm a huge fan of yours, and oh my God, blah, 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 blah." And I said, "Thank you so much." I said, "You look familiar. What's your name?" And he said, "Michael Bublé."
No way. No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I was like, "Oh my God, of course, Michael Bublé. Fantastic." And I've been trading on that ever since, by the way. I was going to announce it, except I didn't think it was a big enough house to really appreciate it.
I'm going to be saying the same thing now, Brent. Like, I'm tell you the time where I sat on the couch with Mr. Brent Spiner.
Well, there you are.
That's what I'm going to say now. Now they're going to play, I won't play the 3 degrees with me now. I'm going to say, to Brent. See, that's what I'm going to do now.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, exactly.
So look, we've only got like
we're gonna get
18 minutes, 17 and a half minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe we should, does anyone have questions? I really would like to answer one question from each of you.
All right.
All right, let me start over here. I'll get to, yeah.
Back there.
So how does Fess Parker relate to the Alamo?
Well, Fess Parker played Davy Crockett.
David Crockett.
Oh, gotcha.
That was an easy question. We can truck along now, Brent.
You're not even some kid who never heard of Fess Parker.
I'm a New Yorker.
Oh, you're a New Yorker.
Where are we from, New York?
Brooklyn.
Queens.
Nice.
Yeah, we're here.
I think Davy Crockett played in New York. Well,
I think the red carpet for that movie was in San Antonio.
Was it?
Yeah, I believe so.
I bet you're right. Yeah.
John Wayne and.
Well, that was the Alamo.
Oh, the Alamo. Yeah.
Yeah. With Frankie Avalon.
Yeah, right.
And John Wayne.
Yeah. Anyone else want to shout out a question?
Yeah, there's a guy right there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll get to you in 1 second, Lily. Yeah.
Hey, I have a question for you.
Oh, okay. I was thinking you had your hand up. It had to be for some reason.
All right, just one.
Yeah.
It's a 3 for me. You can pick anyone that you want. What do you think is your greatest accomplishment in your life? What do you think is your biggest regret? And what advice can you give everyone for what you've seen?
For what I've seen. Okay, let me start with that one. Never do a 7 o'clock panel on a Friday night in San Antonio.
Texas, yeah.
Hey, but we're still here to see you.
You're here? I appreciate that. I mean, you know what? This is one of the first panels I've ever done that I didn't see anyone get up and walk out. Because it's too obvious. You can't. But what was the first one?
Greatest accomplishment.
Greatest accomplishment. I don't know. You know, I'm not that big a fan of mine.
I thought you were going to say sitting with me. But that's all right.
Sitting with Jeff. Yeah. You know, in general, and I think everybody who has a child would say, fathering my son, who's a great, wonderful person in my life. As far as show business is concerned,
just life.
Well, I guess tolerating Jeff.
My interview with you in the middle of your booth.
Biggest regret. Yeah, I'll tell you what my biggest regret was. And this is a baseball thing. Is I was a kid and my mother took me to my mother, who, by the way, is still alive. She's 97. And yeah,
good job.
And she took my brother and I to a baseball game, an exhibition game at the Astrodome in Houston when it was first built. And matter of fact, I saw the first game in the Astrodome, and Mickey Mantle hit a home run that night.
Cool.
Yeah, it was also an exhibition game, but the Yankees came. But I was sitting. We watched this game, this exhibition game, and Roberto Clemente was playing, and he hit a ball, and it broke his bat. Just a little crack of the bat. He threw it down on the ground, and it stayed there. And the game was over, and everybody left, and the bat was right there. And my mother said, "Get it, go get it, get it." And I went, "Well, I'm afraid." And she said, "No, just get it, get it." I went, "Okay." And then somebody came out and got it. That
Brutal. I had something similar to that. Way back in the day, the San Antonio Spurs used to play in a very small arena.
Mm-hmm.
This was the Lakers, Showtime Lakers.
Yeah.
With Riley and Jabbar and Magic. They come to town. Right, they destroy the Spurs, right? We're sitting in the front row. Lakers leave. My father says, "Interesting, Pat Riley left his playbook down there."
And you didn't?
I grabbed it.
Oh, you got it?
I grabbed it. I still have it.
You thief. That book didn't belong to you, Jeff.
As the cops come in now, right? You had it all set up for me.
So that's your biggest regret, right? That
That
you
is my
stole
regret.
from.
Do not follow my example, everybody.
Hey, good questions. I could have done like 100 different answers, by the way. Why didn't I? Because I think someone else should get a question.
Yes, exactly.
I
Right,
just told her about a regret.
I think Lily was next, right?
What's that?
Lillian was next?
Yeah, Lily.
What kind of music do you listen to?
It changes all the time. What's this guy's name? Oh, I can't look it up because I can't get a signal. But there's this French guy I've been listening to lately. I think he plays for the Spurs now. He's a French guy and he does what's called, I really love this kind of music. They call it gypsy music. I don't know if they still call it gypsy music because that's not sort of PC, but it's French jazz, really. And there's this great guy I just started listening to, and he was Sand Something. Nobody else has heard it, or they'd shout it out now. But yeah, I like Django Reinhardt, that kind of jazz music, and I like old stuff. I like really, Verdi. I mean, but I like, I like Frank. I like Sinatra. And I like Louis Armstrong, who was, the greatest genius ever in jazz. I mean, there's no jazz. He is jazz. He started it. He's it. Anyway,
I just wanted to give you a quick look. This is what the Flying Chonkla's logo looks like. There it is.
I think they could have done better. I think with the I do, but I think that the sandal should have wings on it.
Oh, kind of like a flat, like the Flash or something like that. Yeah.
But it should be like a sandal like that, but it has wings on it because they're the flying wing.
Right. Makes sense.
Exactly.
Any other questions?
Any questions? Yes, sir.
Earlier earlier you mentioned that story about how you were on the plane and you met, what's his name, the guy?
Fess Parker, yeah.
But you say you're a baseball guy and you're from Houston. Has there ever been a scenario like in your life when you were like, say you went to a basketball game or a baseball game and you somehow met a celebrity that you idolized, but then all of a sudden Jumbotron was just focused on you with that celebrity?
What happened with
the big the Jumbotron, like the big screens?
No.
Somehow they go, oh, look who we have here.
No, that never happened. Because, most of the games I went to, when it was somebody I just was blown away. Because most of the people who I really admire, are dead. So the Jumbotron wasn't even invented when these people lived. But I did meet a sports figure one time that I was kind of amazed to meet and just wow.
Who was that?
I don't know if you'll ever have heard of this guy. You probably know him from New York, but actually he was, I think they originated in Boston, but his name was Goose Tatum. Do you know who Goose Tatum was? Goose Tatum was the main guy of the Harlem Globetrotters. There was a guy before him who became a big star, basketball star, and I can't think of who that was. But Goose Tatum, it was Goose Tatum and the Harlem Globetrotters. And my uncle was a promoter in Houston. That's what he did for a living. He was a PR guy and a promoter, and he brought the Harlem Globetrotters to Houston to do their thing. And I saw Goose Tatum, and he was fantastic. But that's how I met Judy Garland, too, is my uncle brought Judy Garland to the Astrodome. And I got to meet her, and her opening act at the time were these 3 young girls called the Supremes. And,
heard of them. Yeah, just them. Anybody else have a question?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead. Yes,
yeah.
We live in Houston, and I just wanted to ask, you can answer either one of these. What is your favorite memory of Houston, or what is your favorite thing to do there now?
I don't much like to do anything there now. Well, no, I like going to see my mother, because that's why I go to Houston now, is basically to visit my mother. But when I was a kid, my favorite thing, we used to do this every Saturday. My friends and I, we'd go to Hebrew school on Saturday, and then after school, we'd take a bus, a city bus, downtown to downtown Houston. We'd go to a place called James Coney Island, hot dogs. Do you remember James Coney Island? They don't have them anymore, I don't think. But there was one downtown, only one, and my mother had gone there as a little girl. That's how long it had been going, and they were just unbelievable hot dogs. And then we'd go to a movie, and then we'd take the bus home to our neighborhoods. Can you imagine now sending your kids and going, yeah, get on a bus in a city the size of Houston, and say, get on a bus, you and your kids, go downtown, have some fun, go have a meal, and then you'd be terrified to do that now. You can't. It's a shame, isn't it? That was the world I grew up in. It was a town where kids could go by themselves downtown and have a whole day. Yeah.
Anybody else?
Somebody over. Yeah.
Oh, yes, sir.
Do you have a favorite vacation spot or spots?
Well, I like Europe. I love going. I love London, and I like Paris too. And I like Italy too. And I like but that's where generally, if I can go someplace, I like to go to Europe. And then if I get really tired and I don't feel like walking, I go to Hawaii. Yeah.
Okay, we got time for about 2 more questions. All right, sir. Yes, sir. The red.
How long did it take you to write your book, and did you have some sort of creative process to put it all together?
You know what? I had this idea. Well, it took me really very brief time. I did it in 6 months, but it was over the pandemic, and there was nothing to do. So every night I would go up and write this, write the book, and the process, yeah, I had this idea for a long time, and there's a really good writer that I know named Jonathan Ames, and he's written several novels, and he wrote the TV series Blunt Talk that Patrick starred in. You know, I was on it too for a little bit, but it was Patrick's show, and he wrote that. So I asked him to come to dinner one night, and we went out to dinner, and I said, I have a story to tell you, and I just need your opinion. And so I told him the whole story, and I said, do you think I should write this? And he went, oh, you gotta write it. And so that's how that happened, sort of.
Awesome, yeah. Awesome. Last one, and that's it. Yes, ma'am, right there.
Who or what do you dress up as for Halloween?
Oh.
Who or what?
What would you dress up as for Halloween?
Who would I dress up as Halloween? For Halloween? Data.
Awesome, man.
You know, or I might go for the doctor at Independence Day. That might be easier.
Yeah,
then I wouldn't have to put all that makeup on. Or I might go as myself.
Or you could go as a flying chancla.
What?
You can go as a chancla.
Or Devil Bowman.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much. His booth is still open, I believe, for all the weekend.
It's not tonight.
That's right, but tomorrow, right?
Yeah, tomorrow and Sunday I'll be there all day.
So make sure to get in line, get your picture, get all that good stuff.
And thank you so much for hanging in with me for this shindig we're doing right now.
And get fan fiction.
It's unforgettable for me, and I hope it was for you. And let me just say one last thing in all arrogance. You will not go to a better panel this weekend.
Yes, that is true. Yes, everybody, give it up.
Thank you so much, everybody. Thanks for hanging in with me. Appreciate it. Have a great weekend.